Let them come! They'll break like twigs under our treads.
December 5th, 1939, the Soviet Union launched a brutal invasion of Finland. They expected a swift victory. What they met was a nation unbending, a winter that froze ambition in its tracks. But amid the white inferno, one Soviet tank would carve its name into legend. Inside KV-1 tank, Sergeant Ivan Petrov wipes sweat from his brow despite the bitter cold.
We're cut off. No word from command. We hold here. No retreat.
Beside him, Corporal Sacha loads the final shell into the main gun. Eyes wide with fear, glances at a flickering radio.
We're alone, and we die alone, but not without a fight.
Ivan slams the hatch shut of KV-1 tank. Beyond the tree line, Finnish ski troops emerge. Ghosts in white. They surround the hill where the tanks has dug in. The trap has been sprung. Snow falls in a maddening hush. Visibility 10 meters. The KV sits still, a black monolith on the frozen hill. The KV-1 tank was a monster of Soviet engineering, nearly impenetrable by standard Finnish anti-tank weapons. But alone in enemy territory, even steel can bleed. Suddenly, movement. The tank's turret swivels. A burst of gunfire erupts from the trees. Tracers slice the air. Sasha returns fire with the coaxial machine gun, sending splinters from the trees as Finnish sharpshooters scatter.
They're testing us, probing the flanks. Let them come. They'll break like twigs under our treads.
The Finnish anti-tank team sprints forward, hauling a satchel charge. Ivan spins the KV-1 tank turret, fires. The explosion bathes the snow in flame.
That was too close.
More troops encircle. Mortars thud in the distance. The KV-1 tank holds, but the storm is building. The Soviets believed in KV-1 tank armor. The Finns believed in the forest. And in that frozen purgatory, beliefs would be tested by fire. Night descends, but it brings no peace. The sky flickers with tracer rounds and distant fires. The KV-1 tank engine growls, never sleeping.
They'll come at night. They think we'll freeze. Let's show them what Russians are made of.
Finnish Molotov cocktails arc through the dark, shattering against the KV-1 tank sides. Flames lick the armor but cannot breach it.
They're trying to burn us alive!
Finnish soldiers called it the tank from hell. Their anti-tank rifles bounced off its armor. Satchel charges failed, so they lit the night with fire. Inside the KV-1 tank, oxygen thins. Smoke curls through the vents. Yuri begins to cough, wheezing.
I can't breathe. We stay sealed. One crack open and they'll throw the fire inside. Hold on, Yuri.
The hill glowed with flame, but the tank did not fall. It burned and burned brighter. Outside, the Finns pull back, astonished the crew survives. The KV-1 tank groans, scarred but intact. The scorched ground smokes around the KV-1 tank. Finnish marksmen creep forward on skis, silent, spectral. The forest was their home, the skis their wings. The Soviets, for all their strength, had entered a battlefield that bent to Finnish will. Crack! A sniper's bullet ricochets off the commander's hatch. Ivan ducks, eyes scanning.
Yuri, spotter scope, now! Pale but resolute. Tree line, 10 o'clock. Movement.
Ivan turns the KV-1 tank turret slowly, methodically. A shell round slams into a ridge. Two Finns fly from cover. More Molotovs fly. This time, one lands perfectly atop the rear KV-1 tank engine deck. The flames roar.
Fire in the engine! We're hit!
Ivan throws the KV-1 tank hatch, climbs out with an extinguisher, braving gunfire to douse the inferno. For 30 seconds, he was a man, not a machine fighting flame with frozen hands. He leaps back in, blackened but alive.
We're not done! Reload!
Smoke hangs over the hill like a funeral shroud. The KV-1 tank gun barrel is scorched.
We're down to 2 shells! What now?
Ivan looks out through the narrow slit at approaching skis.
Make them count.
The Finns mount a final assault, coordinated, determined. Dozens charge through the snow with grenades, rifles, and flame.
Hold, fire.
The KV-1 tank last shell erupts in the heart of the assault. Limbs and snow fill the air. Sasha fires until his barrel glows red from KV-1 tank. One Finnish soldier makes it to the side of the KV-1 tank. Plants explosives. The KV-1 tank rocks violently. Inside, Yuri slams against the wall. Sasha's head bleeds. Ivan struggles to breathe through smoke and pain. The KV-1 tank now leaks oil and fire. Its gun is dead, its engine failing. Silence returns like a judge with a pen. Ivan opens the KV-1 tank hatch once more. A white flag flutters below, but it's no surrender. It's a Finnish scout waving his men forward.
We've done all we can.
I don't want to die here. Then live. You and Sasha, out the rear. Now.
What about you?
I'll keep the fire burning.
One man stayed behind, so two could escape. That was the deal war always offered. Ivan loads the last round shell from inside KV-1 tank into the chamber of his sidearm. He waits, the hatch open, smoke curling behind him like a ghost. Finnish troops circle warily of KV-1 tank. They do not shoot. They watch the KV-1 tank and bow their heads. Weeks later, the snow melts. Peace talks begin. But the hill remains, scarred, silent. They found Ivan slumped in the KV-1 tank turret, hands frozen to the controls, the engine dead, but his eyes still open. The KV-1 tank was never moved. The Finns left it there, a monument of steel and defiance, and beside it a plaque reads, "To the soldier who held the hill. May war forget us all." In the vast snows of the Winter War, armies clashed, empires schemed. But it was one tank, one man's choice to stand alone, that became eternal. And sometimes, steel tells stories long after the last shell falls. Fade to black, the wind howls once more.